So trade and gender is important for all sorts of reasons. I was laughing saying that because DJ Azevedo said so and asked us to think about it. But there's some truth in the fact that if you introduce gender consideration, we looked at some of the 13 of the WTO agreements, agriculture, TBT, GATT, services, and you can start introducing, a bit as we did with trade and environment, trade and labor, you can start introducing gender consideration fairly well. For instance, are products made by women unpaid or poorly treated, like products, textile, made differently? And if you start looking at these sort of regulatory distinctions that involve women, you can help women through trade action. But there's also simple, direct relationship between women and trade in agriculture, in services where women are very present. So to increase awareness on the role of women, but also how to legally take them into account, is a plus for the multilateral trading system in general. Now, in the context of dispute settlement, and it's a little bit linked, of course, dispute settlement in WTO, I always say it was a miracle. The Appellate Body was a miracle because government agreed on the rule of law and then gave authority to a body that they sort of placed above themselves in a way. At least some thought this was placed above themselves. The US would not accept that. But the point is that the dispute settlement system is the tool to enforce the rules that should be neutral, but the rules that would also take into account women, because taking into account women in an unfair world or discriminatory situation would rebalance the fairness. And this could be done, of course, through negotiation and respect, but also dispute settlement. At the moment, the dispute settlement system is sort of attacked by some members, big players, and others joining the United States. And it is, in my view, linked to all sorts of other issues where governments value the WTO forum as a place where countries can talk, but also see limits because the rules are not up to date. So this is true for digital trade, for instance. It is true for domestic regulation, but it is also true for women and trade, for SMEs. This is why it's part of these new initiatives. The future of dispute settlement, I think governments will find a solution. I'm a strong believer in governments, and the system is for them, and they created it. Now there's uneasiness. Like with women, dispute settlement will, I believe, find a solution, but we may be going through a rough time for a period of adjustment.